Aspire Marketplace, a new type of Black market.
Hi everyone, this is Vee Prince and we are at the Aspire Marketplace. Today we're speaking to Billie Hilliard of Billie Hilliard Jewelry. And this is such a treat, you guys, because this story is gonna blow you away. Billie, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. So, I heard that you started as a model.
Yes.
And then you got into welding.
Mm-hmm.
Explain how that came to be. Just take as much time as you need, because I need to hear this.
So I'm originally from Houston, Texas.
Okay.
And during high school, I started modeling for Neiman Marcus. I would do modeling for United Colors of Benetton. And then I got in contact with a local designer there by the name of Selvin O'Keefe Jarman. I apprenticed under him. I also modeled for him, but I was just more intrigued by the behind the scenes and the creation of the pieces. Mm-hmm. So that was where the curiosity of just making things came from. Mm-hmm. As a child, I always made things and sewed little doll dresses, and I got my first sewing machine at 7. So I've always worked with my hands, but it wasn't until I was a little bit older, like in college, where I started doing jewelry, and it was more like bead work and wire work. Fast forward, I moved here, and doing more beadwork, wire work, working with a photographer who happened to have a space at the Goat Farm Art Center here in Atlanta. Ended up walking into a building, being nosy, and walked in on a British blacksmith welding.
Okay.
And he flips up, his little hood, and he's like, "Hello." And I'm like, "Hi, who are you? What are you doing in this?"
Something like out of Dr. Seuss or like the Wizard of Oz.
Yeah. And he's like, "I'm a blacksmith," and I was like, "Oh, what?"
Wow.
So I trained under him, learning, casting and welding and metalwork.
So what attracted you to that? Like what about that type of practice and skill really was like, I have to do this?
I love the fact that you can be both feminine, but also have a little grit as well.
Definitely.
I love the idea of, taking an idea and being able to make something out of it. I mean, I start off in a wax, and so I'm carving this piece, and it becomes a piece of solid metal that's gonna last. I tell people all the time, if you, find this cuff 100 years from now and dig it up, all you have to do is polish it off, and, it's perfect.
That's amazing. Let's talk about these pieces because I'm wearing one.
Yes, you're wearing it.
And all of these have unique names. They are named after someone.
I basically just pay homage to all of my family members, my ancestors that have gone before me. Jimmy is where it all began, and you actually have on a Jimmy piece. So anything with this kind of very floret look.
I know it's beautiful,
Look,
but I can only see the bottom.
It's sort of a version of this.
Okay, yes.
So this is the Jimmy line. Basically, my grandmother's name was Jimmy, my mother's mother.
So how about these pieces?
So this is the Billie, the BH knot bracelet. So everyone always thinks that I'm naming it after myself, but I'm actually paying homage to my grandmother.
Got
Billie.
it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Very nice. And then we have a longer necklace, and I'm actually just gonna lift this up here. And this you can wear the full length, or you can wrap it
up, or you can do it triple.
But it's got a beautiful tassel at the end.
And so this piece is the lily. And so we have a family story that, and it's a tradition in our family. So we call them the Hilliard Lily. And basically, a few generations down within our family, when we had the first 2 freed slaves, my great-great-grandfather really wanted to impress my great-great-grandmother. And so he brought her a lily bulb. And so they ended up marrying, and these bloomed all around their family, all around the house, excuse me. And so for now, 4 generations later, we still have those Hilliard lilies, and every time a couple is married, they go and pull them up, and they'll give a set to the next family.
What?
And they have like a life of their own, because if the marriage ain't going good, the lilies don't bloom.
No.
They don't.
Now tell them where to buy the collection so that they too can have heirlooms for their family.
So you can find Billie Hilliard jewelry at billiehilliard.com. I'm online. If you are in Atlanta, you can go to Bill Hallman. They have the collection there in store. If you're in South Carolina, go by Nima Art Gallery and check them out. And just stay tuned to the stockist list on my site, because I've actually kind of changed that up some. So look out for some new boutiques that are popping up too.
I want to thank you so much for being here today. It has been an absolute treat. And you guys, thank you so much for watching Aspire Marketplace today. Join the movement at aspire.tv/marketplace.